Walked through that courthouse, looked to the left, see my mom, my oldest cousin, who had driven me and my mom for my sentencing. And it was a day that would change my life for the better. Very full of emotions at that moment where you look a straight face up at a judge in a small hick town on the way in between Toronto and Ottawa, and where there's not a lot of black criminals to begin with, which is not an excuse or had anything to do with my sentence, but I'm just saying, I'm just trying to paint a picture for you. So I'm in this box looking at a judge, and these are the words to the best of my memory. As I see here, it's been a year since I let you out on bail. You missed your last sentencing and booked a new, somehow you got out on bail for that. And now you appear on me for the first time for a sentencing that I should have sentenced you with your co-accused a couple months back. Let me look at what you've done with yourself for the past year. I see you breached your conditions twice. You really haven't done anything positive in the community. As to your co-accused, they have promised you futures. Two of them basketball players, which later on they moved on to play ball. Those were my two co-accused that did the crime with me. Yeah, they were sentenced to a community sentence, so a conditional sentence where they were given 12 months probation. And that's it. As for me, yes, it was the beginning of my path to redemption and my path to meeting my father face to face. So the judge looked at me, mentioned all these things, blah, blah, blah. Looking at my mom crying to my left, my little eldest cousin who stands 6'9", looking down at me like, man, I feel bad for what's about to happen to you. So I'm looking at the judge. I really can't fathom what's about to happen at this moment. And all I hear is, my mission is to deter you from committing any more crimes, to deter you from a life full of crime. I'm going to sentence you to 2 years probation and a year and a half. Oh no, a year in facility. But long story short, I went to jail. Up to this point, I had only done about, a month here, a month there, get out on bail. But this time, they threw the book at me. I mean, it's not even that much compared to what a lot of guys get, but I mean, for a guy like me at that time, I was young. I was about 27. I'm in my 30s now. But yeah, it was at the hiatus of my bad boyness. The choices that I had made caught up to me. So next thing you know, I'm in a paddy wagon on the way to the big house. And I was just, my tongue was in the back of my throat. I couldn't even swallow. Like, I'm telling you, man, like, when they shut that door behind you when you leave the courthouse, it's like, it's surreal. Like, you got this cold chill going down the back of your spine, and it's just cold, and no emotion in you because you don't know how to feel anything. It's just, do I feel sad? If I feel sad, I'm not gonna be able to get through what I'm about to get right now. So I'm about to do a series now on my life, and I chose to begin at this point is because when I entered that prison is when God started to work on me, and I had a very interesting encounter with Jesus. I found Jesus, and Jesus found me. Up to this point, I had no idea what Christianity was. I had no idea that I could even think of changing my religion. It was not. The idea was nowhere near. Sometimes I have a hard time finding the right words to explain things, but I'm trying to let the Holy Spirit speak for me. So bear with me. So this was the beginning of a road that I had no idea was so completely different from what I'm used to, completely different from what I had been used to at that time. It was the worst of the worst, man. I was so scared going in that jail, man. I was like, I do not know what to expect. God took care of me. I seen so much blood. So many people pretty much died in front of me. Beat to death. First time I seen a guy get his head caved in, like got 3 guys just pounding on him till he can't even talk no more. All you see is blood everywhere. It's like crazy. That was one of my first things I seen in jail, and it just made me like it numbed me to the point where I wasn't able to show emotion, because if you show emotion and show that stuff bothers you, other people will pick up that emotion and they'll think you're weak, and then they'll start trying to mess with you. So I had to show no emotion throughout my entire sentence in terms of showing things that made me scared. I had to really have a poker face the whole time, and that got me through a lot of situations. You know, because I have this face where if I really want to not show you what I'm feeling, I can do that. I guess I learned that and picked that up. I had no faith in God. I did not believe in God. I did not want God. I did not even care. I didn't even care about my life. Matter of fact, I was ready to die. I really wanted to die, I tell you the truth, at that point in time, because I felt like I had been abandoned. My family didn't want to talk to me no more. My mom was so heartbroken that she didn't pick up my phone calls. And it was really, 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 it was a tough time, one of the toughest times in my life, just talking about it. So moving on, this is part 1. I shall continue sometime this week and fill you in on what happened to me while I was in jail and the events. Stay tuned. God bless.